Hey guys, Desert Prepper One. First off, I want to welcome all my new subs. Thanks everybody. I almost made it to 50. Woohoo! So here's a little treat. Well, it is for me at least. One of the things I like to do, I like to cook. I make all kinds of stuff. What we're going to do today is potato skins. You know, the ones like they got at Fridays or one of those joints. With the cheese and the bacon and all that on it. That's what we're going to do. Now, there's not a whole lot to look at until things really get kind of done. So we'll go over the ingredients real fast. What you want to do, obviously, is have potatoes. Now, opportune potatoes are the big Baker russet potatoes that are about, you know, size of your hand, say. They work a lot easier, obviously, because they're bigger. The gist of what you're doing is you're making kind of a, you know, you bake the potato, and then you're going to cut it in half, scoop out most of the baked inside, and then fill it up with cheese and all the goodies. So what you really want is bigger potatoes. I'm making these for a friend's party actually tomorrow, so I couldn't afford the Baker potatoes. They were like $2.50 for a 5-pound bag, and you know probably would have needed about probably about 4 bags. So I just got the regular potatoes this time. These are going to be a lot smaller, so I got to make a few more. But when you're looking at these guys, remember you're going to make kind of canoe out of these things. So what you got to do is try to find the wider of the potatoes. These little skinny guys, they might be longer, but they're going to be hard to scoop the stuff out of, and I don't know, maybe it's just my preference. But anyway, you know, you wash the potatoes, obviously, you get the dirt off because you're going to be eating the outside, and dry them off, and you bake them. Now, if I gotta give you guys a tutorial on how to bake a potato, well, I feel sorry for you, but basically the gist of it is you turn on the oven, you put the potato in there, and you forget about it for about 45 minutes to an hour. And then you take it out, and your potato's done. So it's one of the easiest things in the world to do. But there you have it. I need to wash these guys, get them in the oven, and I'm not going to sit here for 45 minutes while you just watch them sit in there, because there's other things to do. I'm going to put them on foil trays this time because there's a bunch of them, and they're going to roll all over the oven if I just set them on the rack. And the last couple batches I did, some of them exploded all over the place, and then they ended up burning on the bottom of the stove. So we're going to do this. I probably should have poked them with the fork so let some of the pressure out, but I didn't. That's how you learn, your mistakes. So I'm going to put them on these guys. You're going to need these anyway for when you put the stuff on the skins. So we're just going to do that now. We got bacon for the quantity I'm going to make. I got about 5 pounds of bacon. You're not going to want to sit me or watch me cook bacon for 3 hours either. So I'm just going to do that, and I'll come back. Some of the other ingredients: Parmesan cheese, mozzarella, sharp cheddar. There's probably about 4 pounds of cheese. I'll probably use all of it. Would be very surprised if I did not. Then you have your basic stuff: salt, pepper, garlic powder. I gotta fill that back up. Paprika, ground red pepper, crushed red pepper. These little chili guys. I like them a little hot. I like all my food spicy, so most people do. So I'm gonna make most of them like that. Got your extra virgin olive oil. This is one that's almost empty. And that's about it. The overview is you cook the potatoes, you cut them in half, you scoop out the stuff, then you smear them with the oil mixture, and put the cheese in there. Actually, you cook them again for like another 7 or 8 minutes, 10 minutes. Then you pull them out and you put the cheese and the bacon on them. Then you melt it all again for another few minutes until it's melted. Then they're done. So that's what we're gonna do. I'll get started. This will probably take me about 3 hours to do all this. So maybe not that long, 2 hours. So I'm just gonna come in and out when we get to a point of progress, I guess. I'll show you how to make the marinade, or whatever you want to call it, spices, and some of the other more exciting parts. Talk in a bit. Alright guys, here we go. We got the bacon going, and I got these potatoes in there. There's about 24 of them total. Since they're on those racks, the air can't circulate as well. You gotta let them go for at least an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes at 400 degrees. So you gotta let those go, forget about them for a while. I got 3 pounds cooking here. Got started here. This will take me a while. We'll check back. Bacon should be done, and I'll get working on the oil mixture and preparing the cheese and all that. See you in a few. Alright guys, something real quick. This big pack of bacon I had, the store I bought it from, I didn't repackage it in airtight packaging before I put it in the freezer. So it freezer burnt along the edges, and it's not very much, but it's enough to where it makes all the bacon taste like freezer burnt, which I'm not going to feed that to people. So, I mean, I'll eat it. I'm not throwing it away, but I'm not serving my friends freezer burnt, and it'll taste like crap. So just remember, when you buy in bulk, it might be cheaper, but make sure you repackage it so it doesn't freezer burn. And go from there. I got more bacon thawed out, so I'm going to carry on. See you. Okay, so as you see, we got potatoes again. These are done, cooked. I gotta let them cool off a bit because I gotta cut them in half and then scoop the stuff out. So they're hot right now. I made the mix. Basically, it's the olive oil, the spices, the Parmesan cheese, and all that. You just mix it up really nice. When we'll paint that on those when they're ready to go. I mean, the basic recipe is, a quarter cup of olive oil, 2 tablespoons Parmesan cheese, 3/4 teaspoon salt, a half teaspoon garlic powder, half teaspoon paprika, 3/4 teaspoon of the crushed red pepper. I add more. I also add red pepper powder, about the same, 3/4 teaspoon, 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. Mix it all up, and away you go. Now, I'm going to point something out where I screwed up. I wasn't paying attention, and I started putting everything in tablespoons instead of teaspoons. So I had all this salt and all this because I quadrupled the recipe for all that. If you didn't know the difference, the big one's the tablespoon. The small one is the teaspoon, wherever it is here. There it is. It's real critical that you get that right, because if you don't, you could put a lot more salt or pepper or something in your recipe and ruin it. That would have tasted like crap with all that salt in it. So I'm glad I caught that. I was getting ready to dump it in the oil too, and then I caught that and I was like, oh, wait a minute. So just so you know. And then the bacon here, I chopped it up fine because it's going to be like bacon bits. If I was thinking, I would have just went and bought a can of real bacon bits at the store, but I wasn't thinking, so I had to make my own. So anyway, let these guys cool off, cut them in half, scoop out the stuff, slob on the mix, and get them ready to put back in. I got cheese to cut up yet, and we're getting there.